Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Wendy's Cookie Crochet Tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make your 4-leaf clover granny square. So what you're going to need is I've got my 4.25mm crochet hook. I've got some worsted weight green, some worsted weight off-white yarn. You're going to need your scissors, and you may need a yarn needle to kind of put all these ends together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with my clover, and I don't want it coming because it tends to, if you only make, I'm going to do a magic ring, but if you do a magic ring that's just a single, it tends to work its way out. So I'm going to do a double magic ring. If you don't know how to do that, I've got a video on that and I will link it above. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my magic ring, a double magic ring. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to do 8 single crochets in this magic ring. Now I'm going to pull it tight. I never remember which one it is, so I have to start off with the one that it's not. Okay, so I'm going to pull that one really tight, pull this other one really tight. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip stitch to the first one that I made. So I'm going to count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That first one, it has a tendency to get a little bit hidden under there, so that's why I like to count them just to make sure I'm working in the correct one. Alright, I'm going to slip stitch. And now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do a triple crochet, but you're going to do it just in this front loop right here. So you're going to leave the back loop unworked, and you're just going to do this in the front loop. So there's 1 triple crochet, and now I'm going to do a single crochet in that front loop. I'm going to do another triple crochet, again in the front loop, not the back loop. Wait, let me make sure I got that right loop there. Ah, I do. Okay. So another triple crochet. Sometimes it can be hard to see when you're only working in the front and back loops. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to slip stitch into the same stitch, then I'm going to go to my next stitch, and then it's kind of a little bit hard to see because that other stitch tightened up. The next stitch is this one right here, so I'm just going to slip stitch into the front loop of the next stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the front loop of the next stitch. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do a triple crochet, I'm going to do a single crochet, going to do a triple crochet, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into the same front loop. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the next 2 front loops only. There's 1. There's 2. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a triple into that front loop. I'm going to do a single crochet, another triple crochet, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to slip stitch all in the same front loop. Again, I'm going to slip stitch into the next 2 front loops. So there's one more, that's 2, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do a triple crochet, I'm going to do a single crochet, a triple crochet, chain 3, slip stitch back into that same stitch, then slip stitch into your next front loop only. Now you're going to tie off your green, cut your yarn. If you're going to use your yarn needle to work these ends in, then I would go ahead and try to leave it kind of long. Well, maybe I won't pull this to the back yet, because now we're going to turn it over. You see how you have these back loops here? So on these back loops is what we're going to be working on. So I'm going to start in the middle of one of these little, in the middle of one of the leaves here. Doesn't really matter which leaf that you start on, but I'm going to connect my yarn to the middle of one of these. Back loop now, so now I'm just working in that back loop only. So I'm going to get my white yarn. I can set my green yarn to the side. I'm going to chain 1, 2, actually I'm going to do it from this way so you can see it better, hopefully. I'm going to do 1 double crochet, do 1 more double crochet, because that chain 2 I'm not going to count it as a stitch because it kind of looks funky when you do that. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my next back loop. So I will have 8 back loops that I'm working into, by the way. So my next one here, I'm going to just do 1 double crochet in that next back loop. Then I'm going to go to my next back loop. And I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, then 2 more double crochets, I'm going to go to that next back loop, and I'm going to do 1 double crochet. I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. So there's 1, 2 double crochets. I'm going to chain 2, then do 2 more double crochets. Now I'm going to go to the next back loop. I'm going to just do 1 double crochet. I'm going to go to the next back loop, wherever you are. There you are. I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets. Now I'm going to go to my next back loop, and I'm going to do 1 double crochet. Then I'm going to go to that first back loop that I worked in, and what I'm going to do there is I'm going to do 2 double crochets, so 1, 2. I'm going to chain 2 and then slip stitch to that first double crochet. Sorry. Alright, so I'm going to slip stitch to that first double crochet. And again, that I skipped right over that double crochet or the chain 2 that I made before. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 2 again, and then I'm going to go to the same stitch, so the one that I did my slip stitch in, because I'm going to do the same thing I did before. My cat's making a lot of noise, sorry. And my daughter's cat. I'm going to double crochet in each one of these stitches all the way up to my chain 2 spot. So 1 double crochet now in each of these stitches. All the way to my chain 2 spot. So here's my chain 2 spot. So in my chain 2 spot, I'm going to do 1 double crochet. I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to do 1 more double crochet. Now I'm going to just double crochet all the way down in each stitch, 1, until I get to my next chain 2 spot. Alright, I'm at my next chain 2 spot, so I'm going to double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. And then I'm going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way down. The cat's looking out the window. He keeps on going up and down. I'm not real sure what in the world the cat is looking at though, but he is very interested in whatever he is doing. I know. Hi, Earl. Alright, so now we're going to continue just double crochet. Now I'm at that chain 2 spot again. 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. Again, I'm just going to double crochet. Now I'm at my chain 2 spot again, so I'm going to double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip stitch to that first double crochet that I made. And I'm going to tie this yarn off. So here, very important thing to remember here is to obviously secure all your ends here. So let's try to secure some of these ends because they are kind of crazy all over out here, aren't they? And if you're smart, I'm not always smart, but if you're smart, you will leave enough yarn here to just work these ends in with your yarn needle. That makes it way, way easier. So I'm just going to work these in a little bit. And guys, if you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really does mean the world to me. I literally celebrate every time I get a new subscriber. I would just really appreciate it. Here, I'm just kind of working back and forth. And so if you wanted to go ahead and continue with yours, you could. So I like to lay it out flat after that I'm done weaving all my ends in. Of course, it won't go flat, but that's kind of the whole point to it, right? So let me weave this in. So you could continue if you wanted to. So if you wanted to continue, you would just continue doing one single crochet in each of, or one double crochet in each of the stitches above here, and then when you get to the corners, do a double crochet, 2 chain stitches, and another double crochet, and you could just continue on like that. But I think I'm going to be satisfied with the size that mine is. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a headband out of mine. I think that would be cute. And really, that's it really, guys. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed making this with me. If you did, let me know how making yours went in the comments, and happy hooking, everybody.